everybody. Hello, trailer fans. Gosh, if you like trailers, this is the week to like trailers. We have a Jurassic World trailer coming out. We have a Star Wars trailer coming out. But specifically, we are game trailers. So we're here to talk about video games. But boy, was I tempted. I've definitely trolled you guys once by throwing up a movie trailer. I can't remember what it was. So I was really tempted to just there's Chris Pratt and let's talk about this trailer. My name is Brandon Jones. I am the editor-in-chief of GameTrailers.com. If you have some time, very quickly, to talk about some trailers this week, let's all go to the trailers. I'm joined by Mr. Kyle Bossman.
Hi, everybody.
And Mr. Daniel Bloodworth.
Hello.
This will be a shortened episode. We're just going to be doing part one this week, which means we're not going to be doing a Let's Watch. I have two trailers I want to talk about beyond the three trailers we're going to score and talk about extensively. But it's the holiday week. It's a shortened week. So we unfortunately got to do a quick version this week. And speaking of quick, let's get into it. You guys should just plan on having a Batman trailer whenever one comes out. That's something maybe we should just settle on. That's just always going to happen. My excitement level for this trailer is actually kind of moderate because I've played this. This was the demo that I played at E3.
Yeah.
And just to start out, the one thing that I thought was kind of interesting is the continuity is a little bit backwards. You see drones getting blown up, and then you see drones being deployed. So there's a couple moments in here that are actually you don't see in the way that they are actually played in the demo. Some things are also done that appear to be cutscenes, but is actually gameplay, from what I remember. But lots to talk about here. I can actually point out specifics as far as what you're looking at, but curious to get your take on the excitement level of this release. Mr. Bossman, did you dig it?
Yes, it's high. This is a very good gameplay trailer. I think before, we've seen the Batmobile in particular. I think we've seen some things, but this is a really good showing enough time of each gameplay element to get us pumped. And, again, we're still very early in this generation. There's still sort of, I think, a lasting sort of amazement when you show us something that looks nice. And so I think there's a bit of that still left in this trailer, too. We're like, oh my gosh, that looks so fun, and that looks cool. Look at the graphics. There's a lot of that going on with this trailer, which is, hard to say in a critique, but, it's I like that for that reason.
The trailer specifically focuses on one section. This isn't a little bit of slice of these different missions. This is just one mission.
Yeah. Right.
Specifically from a demo, something that they've obviously been working on extensively. It was awesome when I played it at E3, so I'm assuming it's only gotten better since then. What do you think about focusing on one specific moment, Blood? Do you think that's good or bad?
I think it allows them, the way that they're, cutting in all of the VO, it allows them to kind of make a story arc out of this rather than just showing you some gameplay and a mission. There is that sort of sense that this is being narrated to you, and yet they're introducing, the new elements of the game at the same time. But at the same time, it's not seamless. Like you were saying, I kind of get the sense that this is sort of being cut up and delivered in that way. But I definitely like some of the new things that I'm seeing. Especially, it looks like they took a little bit more of somewhere along the way they took a little bit more of a cue from Sleeping Dogs with the environmental attacks and stuff when he takes that light down and smashes a guy's head with it. Curious how much of that there's going to be in the game.
So this is what you're talking about where it looks CG, but we're actually watching gameplay here?
Well, it's not. It looks like gameplay. I don't think it suddenly just turns into CG mode. It kind of looks like what
But the camera won't be doing this when we're playing.
Right.
No, nor are you seeing button prompts or anything.
Right.
So it's interesting that they kind of wrapped it up. Obviously, it has more impact than you actually watching the gameplay.
Sure.
But I thought that was kind of curious to cut to kind of a cinematic portrayal of that last fight when we saw him drop in and, like you were just saying, Blood, take out the guy with the light and put the guy into the little power grid or whatever and electrocute him and kill him? I'm not sure. Looks like he killed that guy.
Batman doesn't kill.
Yeah, there's a lot of looks like Batman's killing in this trailer.
Pointing out cool gameplay things that they're also adding to the newest Arkham game are ranged takedowns. So if you're approaching a building, you'll see he crashes through the glass and automatically pre-order. There you go, Kyle.
Not available on all platforms. That's a little bit of
the game isn't, or the pre-order is
the pre-order.
Yeah.
That pre-order bonus not available on all platforms.
Not only a pre-order, a limited pre-order.
Oh my gosh.
Is that 6 points off?
Yeah, I don't know.
And that the fact that the reward is Harley and really?
Yeah, it's not a big sell. But getting back to what I was saying really quick, if you are approaching a vent that there's an enemy on the other side of immediately, you can take that enemy down immediately when you pop out of the vent.
Cool.
And when he crashes through the glass, you can kind of target guys as you're approaching a building and smash through and grab, which is classic Batman. He does that all the time.
Nice.
Kind of like an evolved version of popping out of a grate in the previous Arkham games and automatically taking somebody out. Speaking of cutting this down for a trailer, this is part 1. So there's actually more of this demo that we haven't seen, and they're kind of teasing additional stuff. I don't know if we're going to see stuff beyond the demo. The demo definitely had a big cliffhanger teaser ending when I played it at E3. What do you think about breaking up the trailer in 2 parts? Is that smart? Does that entice you to watch the second part?
I think it's a very good question, because a little bit to me is just like, you love this, don't you? We're giving you another little morsel on December 5th. So it's kind of, like, to me, it's like a little like, we don't like being drawn out. You know what I mean? Put everything you can into your trailer. Don't, it's part of that whole PR kind of, we need to make this work for this many months. But this trailer works on its own. I wish I didn't know it was part 1. I think it's a really good trailer standalone. Look at that rope. Good grief. That's a sick rope. When Arkham Knight lands down and the rope gets pulled away, it's animated very well. How do you animate a rope? Anyway, probably physics. Blood, do you want to see part 2?
No, I mean, it doesn't really feel like it needs a part 2. I mean, it's a weird thing to have a part 2 on. But, hey, if they make it seem like its own episode or whatever, then sure.
What if you had like a teaser for the trailer? Because some companies have done that. Well, they'll put up a very, very short 30-second piece of video that's like, here's really quick clips from the trailer we're going to show you later this week. Tune in later, because they really want that huge audience to hit that video right when it comes out.
But I don't feel like that's what this is. Like, they want equal exposure on both, I think.
Do you think that's maybe geared towards me, the person who has actually played this? That maybe they're teasing, ooh, maybe I'm going to see something I didn't see at E3, so then I'll promote it, or I will anticipate the next video?
I don't know. I think they just want tweets.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying. I mean, they're, as you said, this is something that they saw, or that people saw a long time ago behind closed doors, and now they're just revealing it. So there's always, these things are always weird. Especially, like I keep saying, like there's stuff from the first time I saw The Witcher 3 that has not been made public whatsoever. So yeah, so it's a weird place to be in when you've actually been behind closed doors.
I thought this was good. I didn't think it was great. I thought it was a little disingenuous with the cinematic shot at the end and kind of cutting stuff out of place. But I'm tempted to give it an 8.3, but it's Batman, which automatically gets 8.1 up of any score.
Great.
So 8.4 is my final.
What's very funny, Brandon, I started at 8.4 for this one. I think the part 1 part actually really bugs me, but other than that, just sets up its story immediately. Just like, oh, this guy's got an army. He's talking to, what's Gordon's daughter's name?
Barbara.
But he calls her Oracle. He calls her Oracle. Yeah. I like that. It sets up this little story and then scenario, and gameplay just shows us what we're going to be playing. However, ends with pre-order now. Get Harley Quinn. That's -0.5. So that is an 8.9.
7.9.
7.9.
Yeah, I give this one an 8. I think that, I think it's, pretty well done, but it's not super exciting to me for whatever reason. So, but I do like kind of they showed you a gameplay section with kind of a narrative bend to it.
Did you not see the part where the back of the Batmobile opens up and it's got 2 seats and he lets a guy out?
Yeah, for the hostages. Yeah, that's cool.
That's not exciting to you?
I mean, it's a cool element. It's not like a super exciting part of the trailer to me now.
Did you see the Batmobile takedown where he uppercuts a guy and the Batmobile takes him out?
Oh my gosh, this game.
June can't come fast enough. Again, the mighty T-word tone comes up, and let's all go to the trailers.
Yeah.
Destiny at PSX, potentially. We're going to get a chance to look at the Dark Below. And so this is the biggest content update that is coming to Destiny so far. We actually had 3 trailers this week. We had a behind-the-scenes video, we had a features video, and we have this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked a lot about humor being hit or miss, and I think it's totally subjective. I'm not going to say, it has been proven and it is a definite fact that the humor in this video doesn't work. But no joke in this video made me even smile for a second. Did they want it to? Is that a fail on their part?
I think I've seen too many GameStop ads now for this to be effective on me.
It feels like a GameStop ad.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. You're right, Blood. It definitely feels like a pre-order trailer or a GameStop
kind of
exclusive.
thing, and and I don't even know, like, off the top of my head who does those actually, but it's the same kind of community-driven sort of thing. Especially like when he's like, hey, this is new, and this is new, and this is new. It's like all this. It's kind of like this weird tongue-in-cheek thing, but it's like, you're like treating it like it's not that important.
Yeah, I'm not laughing at this guy, but it's kind of that thing where he's putting himself out there, so I appreciate it. That's kind of the vibe I get from this. It's so strange. This vibe does not tone, I guess we should say. This tone does not exist within the game itself. This trailer is promoting a tone that isn't present within the game you buy.
I would say is the polar opposite of the tone in the game you buy.
Yeah, and so I think that's pretty interesting because it's definitely geared toward people who already play the game. He made a
very
reference
much.
to the loot cave, which is hilarious. It is really funny to talk about the loot cave to an audience who may or probably won't get that joke. Unless you're already playing Destiny.
Yeah, this is totally geared to people that are already playing Destiny. And I also think it's kind of... it kind of mirrors the tone of the launch trailer that they've got on TV with the what is it? The song. This.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked
That's
about
the name
that
of the song, actually, Kyle.
a while back. And that's kind of throwing tone out the window and saying, hey, we're gonna just like have fun with our friends and go out there and shoot things. And that's sort of, to me, this is the same kind of thing. It's like, let's have fun, let's get some loot. Kind of pulls away anything that like feels really exciting.
Specifically, the user that is speaking in this trailer, I believe, I don't know if it's actually his voice, I would assume it is a character by the name of Dr. Crispy93, who does not introduce himself.
Oh.
He does not say, hi, I'm Dr. Crispy93. The trailer's called that. If you know who he is, I don't know if he's just involved in Destiny or if he's been a follower of Bungie for a long time. I'm not sure exactly what his direct relationship is with developers. Would have been nice for him to introduce himself, though. I felt it would have been like a little more personable.
Instead of the giant orange face.
I think the most interesting shot in this trailer, and the last point I want to get to before I score it, is the shot where two other Guardians notice him. Because I feel I am one of those other Guardians.
Yeah.
It cuts away to these Guardians looking at him like, what are you doing? Like, they literally don't say anything. They're just kind of staring at him like, what are you doing, idiot? Like, why are you making a fool of yourself? I don't know. I thought it was just very interesting to specifically focus on those two guys looking at him, dancing, and kind of being silly and making a fool of himself. There's a very interesting trend in advertising right now, completely outside of video games or trailers, that one person says, I'm dumb, and then someone else says, yeah, you're dumb, and then they're like, buy our product. And it's like, who am I? Am I the person that's dumb? Or am I the person that hates people that are excited about your product? Isn't that weird? It's like, especially around The Office. Like, there's lots of trailers where people like do silly things around The Office, and then you have like the one person in The Office that's like, there's one trailer I can't remember. I think it's like Butterfingers or something, where like this girl's like, you guys are idiots at the end of it. And so it's like, okay, you're idiots. Therefore, you like idiots like Butterfingers? What? It's such a really weird mixed message that seems like the creators of the ad are really forcing the joke. They're like, we really want you to laugh at this, so we're going to cover all of our bases. If you don't like the ad, you'll laugh at that guy. If you do like the ad, you'll laugh at the other guy. And for me, I don't like either of them. It just confuses the whole thing. So that's my big question. Does this confuse the consumer who has not played Destiny yet? Does this turn me off from thinking, oh, I don't take your game seriously? Okay, fine. And I know I harp on that all the time about taking something seriously, but tone seems a little weird. I give this a 7. I think it's got fun writing. I think there's obviously lots of cool gameplay in here. A little bit of cross-pollination between the other trailers that they showed. If you watch all 3 trailers, you're going to watch the same gameplay over and over and over again. But yeah, I just question kind of what the approach was here. So that's why it's not a better score.
You just dropped some good stand-up material on us, Brandon. You got to take that on tour. So I actually like this a lot. 8.6. I think to me, this shows a great awareness of their audience. I think that it's communicating in a language that people who enjoy this game already speak in. And I think that's what's really good about it, is because the people buying your expansion, the people who are this trailer is advertising to, they get all of this. And so I think it's a good idea to talk specifically to those people.
I'm on the lower side. I gave it 6.5. It's one of those things where like I don't want to like get on him too much because I'm sure like he put a lot of work into this, but it feels like there's limited support from Bungie in doing this, right? Like the animation is still like, do it yourself, really stiff kind of thing. It's not like, like when you were showing WildStar, how like they went in and they like really made the tools work to like make these things expressive, and this is just again it's like, yeah, well, we'll use what's already there, and it's gonna look a little janky.
Well, I think they're doing machinima. I think he's like legitimately moving the camera around when he makes those movements.
Right. Exactly. Oh yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like when you put this out as an official video, it feels like, I don't know, it's a little weird.
I get that.
How to Win at Super Smash Bros. Starring Mario and Luigi.
Finally, some Smash Brothers media. We have talked about Smash Brothers extensively on Let's All Go to the Trailers. This is a very different Smash Brothers trailer. This is episode 1 of 101, which is a new brand. 101, I think, started a couple years ago. I actually kind of missed when that whole naming thing started with trailers, which basically means, here's how to play our game. I am actually very biased in selecting this trailer because I think I am the perfect person to watch something like this because I am horrible at Smash Brothers, and I work with a bunch of people who are very good at Smash Brothers, and it would behoove me to get better at this game. So when I saw 101, I was like, oh cool, I'm actually going to watch this and try to get better. And I felt this trailer took a long time to explain very simple concepts. So I wonder, like, because it's Smash and it's playful and it's fun, again, with the humor, like, does humor have a place in 101? It's like the whole, you put your humor in something else. 101 is to just tell me, just get right to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems I have with this stupid thing. The thing that bugs me the most is that the 101, all the 101 that you need is already, like, in the beginning of Smash Brothers. Like, if you just let it idle, it will show you everything you need to know. Very simply, very succinctly. This, number one, it kind of, it insults the player, it insults Luigi, and then it just kind of, like, it doesn't tell you anything. Oh, you can walk and you can run. I'm like, what?
Well, it's episode 1,
You
so
can
we'll
recover,
get into more
but
complex things.
But I mean, that's not an episode. I mean, that's just like a waste of time, man. Yeah.
I do think it's condescending. Even if you show this to a 4-year-old, this is a condescending trailer because it's showing you movement. And it begins how to win at Super Smash Brothers. It did not. You're not going to win. You're not going to win Smash Bros. After watching this. I think it's a false premise, basically. This is not 101. If you're going to 101, you're learning more than this. And so, yeah, I think it kind of fails on its own premise.
Also for 3DS. Interesting that they're still pushing the 3DS version, that the 3DS version and the Wii U version are getting separate ad campaigns right now. It's interesting that, I mean, these controls apply to the Wii U version as well, depending on what control setup you're using, but every control setup has analog sticks, or at least a left and right, prompt that you can use to dash and recover and do all those things. It's interesting that strictly focusing on 3DS.
You're right.
Do you think they think people are not going to buy that now that the Wii U version's out, and so they want to focus on this instead?
Honestly, I'm scared that they had this planned a long time ago. Like, we're just getting one. Like, I assume we're going to get many more episodes of this.
I give this a 4.5. To me, it gets below a 5 because I am your audience for this. I'm the guy. I'm the guy this is built for. I, for some reason, have gotten to the age and status of my career where I'm at without ever gaining any skills whatsoever at Super Smash Brothers, and this didn't help at all.
5.2. I liked your narrator, but otherwise, yeah, this video is not at all what it should be.
Yeah. 2.0.
Whoa!
Don't be a Luigi. I mean, come on. This whole thing is just, there's no point in watching this.
But I feel like you took that personally. The insulting Luigi.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, what was the point? They like, oh, hey guys, Mario and Luigi are different, and Luigi is different by being what, terrible? I mean, they didn't say anything about how Mario and Luigi are different.
Right.
Beyond the scope of light, beyond the reach of love, what could possibly await?
All right, that is our abridged show. Sorry for the shortened episode this week. If you guys are just hankering for part 2, I apologize. We'll be back next week with a full 2-parter of Let's All Go to the Trailers. Also worth pointing out that it is the day before Thanksgiving. So if you guys are like, but that awesome trailer came out on Friday, totally missed it, but we will be picking up all of that stuff when we talk about trailers next week. Also want to point out that Dark Souls on PlayStation 4 got an announcement trailer that is very exciting. I'm not sure
It's actually
what the heck I'm looking at in that trailer.
for something that I'm not going to buy. It was actually pretty good at getting me excited.
And I would like to offer the This Is Eve trailer for EVE Online as the counterpoint to the Destiny trailer.
Yeah.
Whereas Destiny was a scripted attempt to sound like someone who plays Destiny. It's like, hey, I play Destiny, and we're just chatting. We're not. You wrote the script. You wrote these jokes. You're delivering these jokes. This does not feel natural. If I play a ton of Destiny, if it's the only game I played, that might crack me up, but it does not feel genuine at all. The EVE Online trailer is so genuine, they drop F-bombs, man. F-bombs in an EVE trailer. I love it. And they actually set it up beforehand where they're like, there's going to be bad language in this, but we couldn't take it out because that's just them playing the game.
Yeah, can I be honest? I was in tears at the end of this commercial. I was so emotionally moved at the end of this trailer. This is a really good trailer.
Yeah, it's actually surprisingly fantastic.
So they're real people. They're people playing the game. Just to set up to people who are just watching this, real people playing the game, and they have recordings of them setting up and just like getting prepared, but also within battle. Oh man, it's moving.
And it's tough to sell Eve. You know,
Yeah.
Eve's a lot of spreadsheets and fast traveling. You know, there's lots, and I use fast travel in quotes because it's like.
Well,
you
they
know,
even
for
talked
hours
about
and
at one
hours.
point when he's upgrading his ship, like talking about how fast it can go and all of that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it definitely it doesn't take the intimidation factor out of it at all. It's like I look at that trailer and like, this is awesome, this is amazing that you can do this. I would have to give up every other game in order to get anywhere close to doing participating.
But I think that's Eve. I think Eve knows that. I think that's exactly how they're selling themselves. I didn't even think about it until this moment. Trailer of the week.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's certainly better than the other three.
Yes.
Trailer of the week, Eve Online. Congratulations. And that is it for this week. Thank you, Mr. Bosman. Thank you, Blood. Enjoy
for
your
having me.
turkey. Enjoy your vacation. We will see you next week.